Petrol hits 685 naira per litre in the north. That's a headline on the Punch. Federal government attracts $2 billion investments in renewable energy sector. 3-year blueprint. Federal government plans 26 trillion naira borrowing, 29 trillion naira for debt servicing. And another one says Naira slumps further, exchanges at 1,190 naira to a dollar. APC, PDP hopeful as Supreme Court battle starts today. Those are some headlines you would see on the Punch newspaper this morning. Remember, you can participate. Simply send a message to us using the WhatsApp number 0809 030 6416. You can also call us on 0817 923 0007. Again, 0817 923 0007 or 0817 923 0003. Either of those numbers, you can call and make your contributions. You can also watch us live online on Facebook or on X. From wherever you are, watch and listen to us online on Facebook, Nigeria Info 92.3 PH, on X, Nigeria Info PH. On either of those platforms, you get direct access to us. And we'll start with some of the WhatsApp messages. Remember the numbers to call again: 0817 923 0003. And let's start with WhatsApp. Gaza to get more humanitarian aid from UN. UN is more of politics. Anunobe Kachikesi. Employment of minors by immigration shows the top government officials are sharing opportunities among their families and friends, even when they are not qualified. This one says, good morning. It's quite unfortunate that many streets in Port Harcourt have no street lights, and this has given the hoodlums more opportunities to perpetrate evil on the roads. The Ministry of Power should wake up. If you look at the Breakaway flyover, it will be hurtful that on top of that flyover, no lights for whatever reason. No lights. And there are street lights on it, but they are not usually. If they've not been. Even when the other street lights would work, that particular one, those ones on top the flyover, I can't remember the last time I saw them on. Governor Fubara should try and complete the appointment of more commissioners in the state. Fidelis Elemowa, which is my why the delay? If really we are, it's almost like at the federal level we don't have ministers. I'm pretty sure everybody would have something to say about it, including some of the people who work with the governor now. Would also, I mean, in the last administration when President Buhari took the long time it took to appoint his ministers, there were many people, even from these states, that were in the PDP that said things about that and thought it was wrong. If you know that you really want to develop the state, if you are the country, if you know you had plans, if you were prepared, you would have done. And again, River State at the moment, I hope that same people would be reminding the governor, perhaps their activities and there are things he's doing, and he might have overtaken his, I think somebody should, especially the fact that we don't have a commissioner for information, which is very important. And if we don't, who's supposed to be speaking for the government until we get one? The body language of this government, the governor, has shown that he is not in charge in Rivers State, and it is very unfortunate because it is Rivers people that are suffering for this. Ingi Dennis from Gokana sent that one in. This person says, good morning. The call for Governor Fubara to complete his cabinet is a good one. Most ministries are not active as a result of no commissioners to run them. He should do the needful. And then another angle to this is, I think rather than just having individuals that will come to man, institutions should be working regardless of whether they have a commissioner or not. But this is where it's painful. Permanent secretary will tell you can't talk, he's not authorized to. But he's the next senior official representing that ministry that should take the responsibility, which this is where it's painful, because now we have systems that are not run by themselves, but have individuals that decide how the systems work and what happens there. That is what this would mean. When permanent secretaries can't even tell us what is the situation, state of things in your ministry that you're in. For instance, in the Ministry of Environment, the Ministry of Power, and the rest of them where we have no commissioners yet. They should be able to step in and hold forth until an appointment is made. Is that the case? Uchenna from Eche says, Fubara's refusal to complete this commissioner is being used to settle the past administration. Until the past administration is settled, then he will complete his cabinet. Well, I don't know about that. Stakeholders call on SIM to complete his commissioner designate. I join them to call on His Excellency to make the permanent secretary of the Ministry of Agriculture the commissioner. He is grounded. Okay, agriculture is another one. He is grounded with the experience and very gentle. I think he can take the sector to another level. His visions are enormous. This is Hemadu Charles. All right, the numbers to call again are 0817 923 0007. 0817 923 0003. Vigilantes calls for more street lights. I think it's a wake-up call to the government. Virtually 90% of existing street lights are not functional. Government should live to its expectations. They travel out, see how beautiful place. Which is, this is Psalm of the Psalmist. This one you just highlighted now. It's one that really shocks me because these people go to, let's not go far. They'll go to Abuja and they love it. They go to places in Lagos and like, ooh, but then you don't like fine things in your own place. If you're in charge of this. It comes back to having a system that works as against having individuals that we obey. Ken is calling from Ubimini. Good morning to you, Ken.
Good morning, Shemi.
Go on.
How was your weekend?
It was fine. Thank God for it. Go ahead.
I want to comment on the yet completed cabinet by the governor. You see, I am not surprised to hear this. As far as the governor had taken it as a priority by consolidating, and I believe this is the part of consolidation. If the yet appointed commissioners are more than the ones he had appointed, what are we talking about in the governance of the state? So I am not surprised, but it's unfortunate. Silva promising Bayasan how he will control the flood. I want to ask, does it mean that he is still on grace? Because 2 weeks ago or thereabout, we heard that he was denied by the court not to contest or something like that. So I don't know. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much. They had to appeal that judgment. So they appealed it. So for now, status quo remains until we hear what comes out of the appeal. Robin is in Echie. Good morning.
Andrew, good morning.
Yeah, you're welcome. Good morning.
Yes. Andrew, I said some time ago that governance in Rivers State has been reduced to a social club. How can we have a state and the governor have refused to appoint critical sector commissioners, environment, which is the problem we are having, bushes along the road, airport road, commissioner for power, commissioner for agric, and you visited some guy fine. So I don't understand. Some persons will call and say blueprint, say for blueprint. Which blueprint when you don't have a spokesperson of the government? Commissioner of Information, which is very critical, is who drives the policy. After discussion of the government, is the one who tells the people, this is the position of the government, this is the position of the government. We don't have. Since May, the government is warning. Then, the issue of Onaikon, what he said, I watched him. And this is what I've been calling that Nigerian religious leaders, they should continue to keep quiet and allow this country to go down. Even the states. How can we have men of God and they are all keeping quiet and these politicians are taunting Nigerians? Drying us by our nose as if we do not know what to say or do not know what they are doing. Good morning.
Good morning to you. Augustine from Forces Avenue. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, go on.
Yeah. Let me quickly comment where the stakeholders calling the governor to appoint more commissioners. Well, for me, I don't see anything wrong with it for calling on the governor of the state to appoint the remaining commissioners. I am aware that so far about 14 commissioners have been appointed and are all active. So somebody coming on air to the governor should give commissioners upper hand, giving them free hand to work. I don't know where that English is coming from. I don't know where that word is coming from. Long as I am concerned, somebody to come on air to say it's just as if nothing is happening in this state, it's quite unfortunate. Long as I am concerned, the other day I saw Judge Kelly, the commissioner for WAS, at Obakere, Calabari Road. Those of us who saw the pictures, who saw him on screen, saw the quality job that Julius Berger is working. The other day, the governor visited Songhai Farm. Before the assumption of school, the commissioner for education was going around all the schools in River State. Going around. So somebody coming to tell me that it's just as if it's happening in this state. As I'm telling you, they have commenced the soil test at Rumosi Junction flyover. They have done in a Roboku flyover. I don't know why somebody will come on air. It's just as if nothing is happening in this state. It's quite unfortunate. I want to tell the people of Rivers that things are happening. Developments are happening. The governor has completed a lot of projects.
Augustine, thank you very much.
A lot of projects that is set to be commissioned.
But exactly what you're saying now is what many people think a commissioner for information should be saying. And many people would question so you would also forgive them that say what they say. It's because maybe they have not seen what you're opportune to see, and that's why they would say if we had a commissioner for information, then the information comes out as it ought to, when it ought to, from time to time, and a lot more people would understand and hear it. And we might not need to have, we will still have people with different opinion, no doubt. But then at least you know that you're doing what you ought to do. And secondly, people would say, even the commissioners we have, how many of them? You mentioned only 2. How many of them are out there? We can say this is their plan for the ministries and this is what they are doing and the steps they have taken. I don't know if any of them have engaged with the public, like maybe the Commissioner for Education has. We haven't heard much plan from the Commissioner for Transport. I know a correspondent that visited him one time, and he talked about an operation of the major roads plan, which, we don't see what's happening with that at all, even on the roads. So you begin to ask these questions, and you think people are well within their rights to ask. Anthony, good luck on the line. Good luck. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
I want to talk about the one that says fuel is it 680 naira at the north?
Yes.
Yesterday, I was talking with one of the drivers. He said presently in Buri, they are buying fuel at 700 naira per liter. When it was 650 at black market here in Andoni, we used to buy it at 800. Now that it's 700, I don't know how much you are going to buy it here. So if they are talking about this way in the north, they should know that there are people that buy more costly than that. And this issue of fuel subsidy, I'm becoming tired of it. Because was it yesterday I heard that the National House of Assembly were like they bought cars, SUV of about 160 million naira. Yet we are suffering here for fuel. They said they will not pay subsidy, but they are lavishing our money. If this is how they will be lavishing our money, let them bring back subsidy, please, and stop suffering us for nothing. But I don't see the need of removing the subsidy, yet they are wasting our money for nothing.
All right.
Thank you.
Good luck. Thank you very much. David is in Yenagoa. David from Yenagoa, good morning.
Greetings from the city of Yenagoa, my brother.
Greetings to you, David. Go ahead.
Thank you. The name is David West. Let me quickly react to the statement of Archbishop Onaiko. I want to advise, or I'm appealing to the conscience of our revered men of God, that when they want to talk or when they want to make statements with respect to issues that concerns Nigeria, they should do it carefully. The last time I checked, Archbishop Onaiko is not a judge. For him to come out to say Professor Mahmoud Yakub is lying, I don't expect that from him. It is the court that will let us to know that. Let him allow the court to do their work. The idea of coming to incite people or inflate the minds of people is not proper. I used to say this thing. The casualties will not only those who are dead or wounded, according to J.P. Clark in his poem. Let's allow peace to reign. And again, finally, for those that are making press conferences here and there, PDP and the like, I think they have gone to appeal to the Supreme Court. Let us allow the court to decide these issues. Issues of law are not public opinion, please. Good morning and have a nice day.
All right, thank you, David. Uche is on the line. Uche, good morning.
Yeah, Andrew, good morning, sir.
Yes, go on. Good morning to you.
Let me look at vigilante group calls for more street lights, and therefore that explain how risky it has been at night. They are very correct. When you drive along Rupoku to Igruta Road at night, you drive along Burikwere Road, NTA Road, Eliozu Road, all these roads and more other roads at night. Even you will be lost of confidence. There is very dark, and you that is driving will be afraid if something else will happen. I believe the Ministry of Power should do something to ensuring that all those lights are being reactivated again. Then petrol hit at 685 at North. Quite unfortunate. Let me tell us, it is gradually going viral, even in Port Harcourt here. I bought 630 naira last night. So what is the difference between 685 naira and 630? I call on federal government this morning to hasten their agreement with Labour and put our refinery to function as promised between now and December. And finally, the ministry that is yet to be appointed, that stakeholders said looks as if nothing is happening. Those ministries we are mentioned this morning. And I can attest to the fact that those ministries are yet to be appointed, and it looks as if nothing is happening. I repeat it again. When those ministries have been appointed, those who clamored on Friday, shouted about flooding, I believe should know where to channel their problem. Somebody shouldn't come here and crack voice. Everything shouldn't be politics. Good morning.
Good morning. That's great. So if we had the Commissioner for Environment, flooding, we would have maybe, if we had SEMA, flooding, we had. And then even when we had a flood committee, those in charge, it's hard to get to talk to them from time to time. And that is why you'd understand if people respond the way that they do or make the comments that they make. Emmanuel is in Rumolumeni. Emmanuel, good morning.
Andrew, good morning.
Welcome.
Morning, sir. I'm just being worried because, the way Peter Kula sounds in the mouth, that is not how it fits. Because from the beginning of this administration, we are thinking that based on what they did, because there are so many things wrong with the way governance is being run, not just in the state, that people will always find their way out to government, and whatever that they're doing, nobody has any say or contribution. If not, nobody would have thought that by now that the government in Rivers State wouldn't have been up and doing based on the transition and consolidation. According to what they said, they want to continue from where the former government. But we are not seeing it coming as expected, because you cannot tell me that up to now, appointment of those that are supposed to be functioning well to make the very administration that they said that they put into run well, the people are not feeling it. So it's a loud word that everybody is hearing that look at what is happening, which is not good for whoever that is doing this. And also the fuel hitting 68 naira, you can imagine 680 naira. You can imagine where we are today. Nothing is getting better. And there are some kind of level of poverty that is being increased. Naira against dollar, 1,000 something. The question would be why and how did we get here? And how do we come out from it? Our desire is that God will help us to fight.
Let's go over to Irebe
now.
now.
When we use the word fight, people will be thinking if we don't know. Consciously, positively, talk to the issues that are facing us. So that we can come
let's
out
go to
of
Irebe.
it.
Thank you, Emmanuel. Okwandu is on the line from Irebe. Okwandu, good morning.
Yes, good morning, Ifemi Andrew.
Go ahead.
Yes, I think go along with what Nikon said. We must not continue to build a society. We have people who should be good example to the society, have turned themselves to be the bad examples. If we look at the last general election, for Professor Mahmoud to come and tell us that everything we have was perfectly done and that there was no problem, I think that is an injustice to Nigeria. So let our leaders know that they should set the example. Somebody who has a questionable character should not be in the leadership position in this country. It has put a dent on Nigeria, both locally and internationally. So Onaikon was on point, and I go with him this morning.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Abinoye Inaboa, good morning to you.
Good morning, Mr. Andrew.
Welcome.
Yes. Governor yet to appoint more commissioners. I think Governor Sim would have been a good governor, but his hands are tied because I know that maybe by now the principal is not disposed, to do an appointment, and that is why the whole thing is quiet. I think that he cannot do anything on his own, and so except those of us who are interested in commissionership should pay obeisance, to the former governor and fulfill all the requirements, before they will be recommended. Otherwise, I do not know what is difficult, for this while. From the time the other first commissioners were appointed up to now, nothing is being done. And somebody is saying that government is working. What is the government working? Why wouldn't these, positions be filled? Are there no persons in PDP? Those questions, I don't know whether they ask those questions before they come on air. The issue of INEC, I want to say that INEC needs to apologize, to the nation, because all the cases that have been made, INEC has been absolved, and that is where the magic, came in. I think that we need a reform.
All right, Abinoye, thank you very much. Even though we don't have, so we have some of the ministries, some commissioners have been appointed. So the question even would be, those ones that have been appointed, how far, what do we know about their plans for the various ministries that they are heading? What have we heard? Okay, let's say they would not want to appear, to speak they want to speak on radio or don't want to. How many times have we heard them on the news? How many times have they put out a statement? What is the plan? What is the way for? What are we doing in my ministry? It's almost as though you don't hear anything. I've cited the transport ministry as one of them. What are the plans? What are the programs? What steps is the commissioner there taking to move the ministry to another level? These questions would then be asked. And then if they are, why aren't we hearing about them? Northerners are buying petrol for 685 naira. For those of us in Echie, we've been buying around 800 naira for a while now. That is Obioma Noble sent in that message on Facebook. A short commercial is underway, and we'll take a few messages afterwards. Stay tuned.
as e dey jollificate